try it again. What about now? Can y'all hear me now? I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. What about now, guys? Sorry. Did not know. Let's check it out real quick because it was playing just a second ago. We might start the video over. That way people don't have to watch that at the beginning. Let's see what happens here. Patty never knows when I'm live unless there's a problem. Let's check it out. Hold up. Let's see. Anything? Be back in a sec, guys. Be right back. Let's check it out. There we go. There we go. So we do have sound now. We do have sound. Okay. So I guess I'll start it over real quick. That was a lot of information that supposedly did not come across my microphone that I tested before I went live. So many conspiracies, but I'll start over real quick. So basically there's a study that I brought out, showed, and I'll bring it up on the screen here in a minute. But guys, here's the thing. I was saying that, these tests are showing that, this virus is on the rise, whatever. I was saying that this is one of the most dangerous viruses we've ever seen. It's working. Tell them to calm down. I got it. Patty keeps interrupting me and throws off my train of thought because she can do that. But this virus is supposed to be so dangerous, so contagious that, it's going to kill over 2 million people, according to Dr. Fauci, whatever his name is. According to Joe Biden, it had already killed 120 million people, but people still want to vote this insane, ridiculous dementia man into office simply because they don't like Trump and they don't like the way Trump runs his office. But damn, Trump gets the job done. But instead, you want to put a accused pedophile in office and think that that's much better. He'll give me what I want. I don't care what he does in his spare time. That's another show, though. If you vote for Joe Biden, you got some issues. Like, issues. Serious. But this contagious virus is, supposed to kill 2 million people, which was way off. Then we had to get locked down in our houses for 2 weeks. Said it was going to flatten the curve, didn't do it. Then, it's 6 feet apart. Then they shut down stores, everything else, all these things. And now we got to wear masks. So if this virus is so contagious, let me ask you this. Why do they have to drill into the back of your head with a Q-tip to know whether or not you got this damn thing? Okay? This is common sense stuff. But there's information I'm about to give you about the school update as well. But my question is, why do they have to take this Q-tip and go way back there? The study is showing that anything that penetrates to the back of that nervous system, that they can actually contaminate your immune system by doing that. And have you ever watched Forensic Files? I watch it all the time. It's on the TV right now. Have you ever seen them when they're showing the people in the laboratory and they're swabbing things? And, when they're done, the Q-tip still looks clean. The Q-tip still looks clean. But it's got all these contaminants on it. Same thing. So, in a study, let's bring it up here on the screen. And I apologize about the audio. Wish I could go back and edit that, but I can't. I hope y'all can read that. I tried to blow it up as best I can, but it's on my page. It shows here that I can't even read it. Oh, no. I went to go to read it, and I was going to do it by memory. Then my memory said goodbye. Getting old, man. All right. Here we go. All right, so it says right here, face masks. The evidence from RCTs suggested that the use of face masks, either by infected persons or unaffected persons, not one or the other, but both, does not have a substantial effect on influenza transmission. Now, guys, y'all know the flu is much stronger than this virus. And people always want to go, whenever somebody's trying to get somebody to bow to their wishes, wear the mask, stay at home, do all this, you know what they say? There's people out here dying from this. No, there's people out here dying. We have no idea what it is. Could be the flu. Probably is the flu. But my question is that my dad died of a massive heart attack. Now, does that mean that we need to banish to the entire world? It would do better than what we're doing right now. But do we banish every sugar and fatty item that's sold? Just because my dad died from a heart attack, I'll probably die from one. My grandpa died from one. No, you're not going to do that. When somebody's family member dies of a car wreck, are we going to ban all cars? Stay home? No, not going to do that. This virus is a political game, and it has been a political game from the start. Anybody who worships the information that you get off that TV, you have got to start thinking outside the box. Quit listening to people who think they know it all. I've had people who have come up to me, nurses, okay? Don't get me wrong. Nurses work hard to get where they're at, but they are not specialists. They are not doctors. They have a good idea. They probably have a much better idea than I do, but these people that did this study right here on your screen, these are scientists, PhDs that did these studies. And this was done by the CDC. So, the reason for all this, for the reason for the video, is that what I'm worried about is some of the people who have compromised immune systems, they think as soon as they put this mask on, they're protected. And you're going to send them out there thinking they're protected, and they're going to get something. We don't know what it is. Could be the flu. And they think they're protected. But these masks do damage too, guys. I had a lady, y'all couldn't hear me because it was muted, but I had a lady come in earlier. She had a mask on. It was thick. It was a thick mask. And she said, I'm dying in this thing. I can't take it. I told her, I said, you can take it off. We're a mask-free area right here. Always will be. I said, but she said, no, I've got it on. Might as well keep it on. She said, I have to put a cough drop in my mouth just to keep my mouth moist and my throat moist because I'm so hot, I'm dying. So, that study right there is great. We got something else coming up for you very soon, hopefully within the next day or two. But school update, Mr. Eric Childers contacted me, letting me know that they will be broadcasting live tonight about the meeting with the school. A lot of people are wondering about whether or not to buy school supplies, stuff like that. What I'm telling everybody is don't do nothing until you hear what they've got to say. I did talk to Eric, and he said that if the school board okays it, approves it, and everything, that they'll come on the show, answer everybody's questions, which is great, and hopefully get all y'all's answers, and also know about options of what you're going to be able to do as far as having your child attend school. Also, a lot of people are talking about the funding that Governor McMaster sent to a lot of private schools. I have not had a chance to look into that yet. I don't know if that's normal. Even if it is, that's a lot of money to spend on private schools when people who majority go to these schools are already pretty rich. You know what I mean? They pretty much got money already. Let me check everything. Okay, I just want to make sure I was getting a message. I just want to make sure the audio was sorry. And I'm sorry about the audio. That sucks because if somebody goes back and tries to watch this, they're going to see that. They're going to think the whole video is like that. So I'll put a little thing over the video. But like I say, breaking news. And the entire report is on the page. I want you to go read it. And people who are pushing, wear the mask. Don't listen to these people. Talking about probably us and other non-mask wearing people. Don't listen to them. They don't know what they're talking about. Even they don't know what they're talking about, but they're going to be the first ones to tell you that they don't know what they're talking about. You know how they know what they're talking about? Because they get it through a TV. They don't read. And then there's somebody who says, people are just silly. They think that their freedoms are being taken because they're wearing a mask. That is actually a freedom being taken because guess what? I don't have the choice. You've taken my choice. Is the audio messed up again? Okay. She comes in here with her big eyeglasses, looks at me, and goes, you got no audio. What? You want a mask? Oh, okay. But the point is that, did y'all see the couple who was on house arrest, ankle bracelets? because they refused to sign the paper stating that they would stay home because they don't have any of the symptoms. They don't feel bad. And don't get me wrong, you could have something and not feel bad. But they are being forced to stay in their homes. They may not have it at all. They're just being told, hey, we see a positive here. You stay home. Is that not a freedom too? It's all a stepping stone. These are all stepping stones. Then you got the judge of the Epstein case. Her family, her son is murdered. Her husband is shot and in the hospital. Guys, these things are not coincidences. Ask any detective. There's no such thing as a coincidence in this form, and there's not. So that's what I want to talk about. I apologize about the audio. Don't know why it happened like that. I have no idea. But, guys, listen. Let me take this off the screen here. Though masks can be pretty, as this one is here, as Patty's using her big blue-eyed filter, if you're going to go wear a mask, wear it in style. You know, you gotta wear a mask because these stores are saying so. And the only reason I'm not raising hell about that is because they're private companies. Ain't nothing I can do about that. If you want people to wear, 2 pairs of underwear before they walk into your store, that's what they got to do, or otherwise they're not going to be able to make it into your store. So, masks are great, and you got to wear them right now. And like I said, this is a nice, pretty mask right here. People's like, Kyle, you're going to kill her sales. I'm like, I don't care. But you still got to buy them. You still got to have them because that's what they are forcing upon you to wear. So like I say again, if you're going to wear one in style. Patty's making beautiful masks. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're real pretty. But ineffective, according to the CDC, that no mask, not just Patty's mask, your mask that you probably got on right now is pretty much 0% effective. So, wear your mask at your own leisure. I seen where a guy was talking about he's got to work outside, wearing a mask outside, wearing a mask outside, wearing a mask. Come the hell on. Come on. Why make that man wear a mask outside in 100, I believe it was 105 on the heat index? 105. You're going to call. Matter of fact, I went to my mama's yesterday and I was coming home and there was a guy on the side of the road close to having a heat stroke. His sugar dropped and he's walking to work. This heat is no gain. His shirt was drenched. It was drenched. I mean, and now we got to put something over our face. And let me make this clear. And any doctor should say so. I cannot imagine any doctor would lie. They tell you, don't touch your face. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do all that. The first place that you usually get contamination in is right here. You know why? You know how many times you probably touch your eyes a day? Anywhere between 50 to 100 times a day do you probably rub your eyes. That's when the contaminants come in. It's your eyes first, then your mouth, and then everywhere else. That is where your contaminants come from. The mask it's not going to help. It's not going to help. But, like I say, these are private companies who are forcing people to do their bidding, who are answering to somebody else, because they all do it at the same time. That's the stupid part, too, that they all do this crap at the very same time. You get it? They all just tell me the Bilderberg situation isn't real. I could just go on and on. But, guys, tune in tonight on Eric Childers' page. I'm pretty sure Joey Haney, Mike Brokarm will have it on their page tonight with the school board workshop meeting. I believe I have it wrote down. I think it's supposed to be at 6:30. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 6:30. Just check their pages for the live. We'll also try to share it on our page, and get that information out there to y'all, because I know there's a lot of parents who are concerned. A lot of parents are trying to get back to work, but they can't because their kids are not in school. They want their kids back in school because I tell everybody right now, an uneducated child in the streets is a hell of a lot more dangerous than a virus that may or may not even affect you, no longer kill you. Don't forget, 1% of 1% dies from this virus. And then only 1% of this virus even shows any kind of reaction to the virus. Like I said, take one person out of 10 that may give them all an aspirin. Maybe one person might show a reverse effect of taking an aspirin. Bruce Lee died of aspirin poisoning. Something as simple as that. Everybody's different. You just don't know what's around the corner, but you can't stop living your lives. And kids are freaking lazy. I can't speak for everybody's. I'm telling you right now, the two that I get to witness, they're lazy. They Fortnite all day long. They don't go out. They don't do nothing. They're getting dumber by the day because they are playing that freaking game all day long. I swear to God, I see them walk by. They're like drooling zombies. Sugar intake is through the roof. They got to get back into school. They got to start getting their proper education, because that is more dangerous than this virus, is to have a generation of kids not getting proper schooling. That is very, very, very dangerous. Extremely dangerous. So, and guys, we do have a sort of announcement. I haven't broke it yet, but he did come by, so I'll go ahead and tell you. Michael Addison come by today, and he will be running for city council. And I tell you this, anybody who's currently sitting on the city council needs to be replaced. I have not spoken about the sheriff, and I believe we have great candidates. Not going to be biased there. The county council, I'd say about 50% of that council needs to be removed too, because their spending is ridiculous. They're out of control. We're building a new doggone $1 million of spec building when the first one has not been touched. Nobody's been interested in it. It's a $2 million+ spec building out there that nobody cares about. And what is the solution? We're building another one. We're building another one. We got hospitals that needs updating, trying to get a new one. We've got buildings on Main Street falling apart, even though it's not got nothing to do with the county council. I know. I'm just trying to bring information, just trying to open it up. And we have so much more that we could be doing with this money, building a new damn spec building to bring in a company who's going to get a 10-year tax break, doesn't have to pay single damn tax to anything, just to come here and give people low-paying jobs. And then when there's a good administrative job or a supervisory job that pays well, we're going to do the Joe Nichols thing. We're going to go 700 miles and go find somebody else. Why do you think people are moving from Union? Because they are not getting their opportunities. But yet people above them, like Joe Nichols, has had a great job here in Union all of his life. Now he's got an even better job. And he didn't feel like nobody else in Union County deserved that kind of living. Nobody deserved it. Even though he had many people who was well qualified in this town. Well qualified. But that's our town. And the only people we can get mad at is ourselves, because we vote these people in. We have a city council that needs to be completely cleaned out. Not a single soul on that city council needs to be left, even though only half of them are coming up this year, and 2 years later the other half. They need to go. All of them. Thank you for your service. Get out. I was about to say get the hell out, but I'm trying to be nice. Get out, because y'all have done a terrible job. Y'all put the worst man possible in charge, and then nobody has opened up an investigation to the Mark Brown situation on why he was hired. And everybody's like, well, everybody makes a mistake. Yes, they do. But this man had just been released by his own town. He stepped down because of that. He broke the law. And so he comes to Union County, where lawbreakers are put on city councils. So that's okay for Union County. We're not good enough to have straight and narrow people. So, like I say, he goes 700 miles. Nobody on the city council, nobody did one damn investigation. Not one person on that damn council said, why? And tell me why you did not see this on a background check. I simply pulled a free background check off my cell phone and had the charges on my phone. But yet Joe Nichols is going to sit there and say that his background check showed nothing. Not a single investigation, guys. You know why? Because they don't care. They want you to do just like they did me. When I went up there to speak that day, they shut me down. They did not allow me to talk. They said they couldn't talk about personnel issues. Let's talk about personnel rules and laws in the book. They don't want to talk about that. And then you got Creepy Joe Part 2 and Mark Brown walking out of the city council meeting laughing, snickering. They thought it was funny. They think it's funny. They think it's funny that you are kept in the dark. Nobody cares to ask questions, and people are too damn scared to ask questions. I always tell you, be careful, be careful. Bullshit. They are the ones that better be careful, because you come at me, you can threaten me all you want, and I get many of them. They don't bother me. What they need to be worried about is what they are covering up for, because sooner or later, the people that you're protecting, sooner or later, they're going to put it up your rear end too. Sooner or later. We got a town that's, in my opinion, it needs to be cleaned up. We got buildings imploding. We got buildings falling apart on the city. And what are we doing? We're building a damn depot center on Main Street. We have no businesses. Businesses are dying on Main Street. People's utility rates are so freaking high they can't stay in business. So what do? You get some funds and you go and build a damn depot center. Instead of trying to figure out a way, how can we give this back to the community? How can we figure out a way to help small business owners during this crisis? Have you heard one county council member or one city council member, any of them, say anything about how to help small businesses in this town? Because, you know, Union County is pretty much 95% small business. 95% small business. Have you heard any of them say anything? Have you heard any of them trying to do anything? Have you heard of any of them trying to go and ask? I would love, if you are a small business owner and you've had one council member who truly just stopped by. I ain't talking about if you're a friend of theirs and that they call you every day. I'm talking about, have they stopped by your business? Has the Chamber of Commerce stopped by your business and said, is there anything we can do to help you through this? Is there anything that we can do to help you at all? And the answer to that is freaking no. They don't want to help you. They want your money and get the hell out of their way. Don't ask questions. Don't tell them how to do a job that they don't know how to do. They don't know what they're doing, guys. They're voted in and they learn. The process of learning is by them trial by fire. As soon as they get on the council, they got to start working. They got to figure it out as they go. It's an unfair process. And that's why we get such bad results. Because they're not properly trained. Now, imagine a cop being like that. As soon as the cop's hired, we put them on the streets. No training whatsoever. Just put them right on the street. What do you think the results of that's going to be? Probably not good. Why is it any different than how our council are? And term limits. How about some pay reductions here? A lot of good things that could possibly go back into the town, lower our taxes. How about lower some utility rates? Make it feasible for people to try to live. I see people once again posting on Facebook $800 power bills. Ridiculous. Probably double the price of their mortgage, their rent. And y'all don't care. Haven't done a thing to help them. You got $200,000 from Lockhart Power. I'm sure there was a way that you could have distributed those funds, and let's try to go and improve some of these houses. Let's go try to get some insulation blown in some of these houses. Let's help some of these low-income families out. Nah, because you know why? That would cut into the power bill's income. To me, I look at that $200,000 and say, keep doing what you're doing, which is nothing. And we're always going to hear, well, we can't do that. There's no way to do that. But yet we can spend $4 million, maybe more, on 2 new spec buildings. with no return on interest. Not a single return of interest. Nothing. You getting on my nerves. You keep interrupting. You about to come over here and do the show yourself. Would you like to do the show? I showed everybody your mask. I did. Put the picture on the screen. Okay. So, guys, that's it. My rant's over. We got to get some people. Unfortunately, I don't live in the city. Because I believe the city council is where the most damage is being done. They got some bad people sitting on that county council or city council. Excuse me. Our county council got some good people on there. And they got some bad people on there. Our board of education got some good people, got some bad people, but the city council, that is the one and only council where I feel like everybody needs to be gone. And what an embarrassment for them, by the way, to Joe Nichols and the city council when the governor called down and had Sam White go and be the sheriff. That had to be embarrassing. If it wasn't embarrassing, then that means they don't care. If I was sitting on city council and I voted to have Sam White taken out, and then it wasn't even a week later, the governor calls down and puts him in charge of the sheriff's office, that's pretty embarrassing to me. I mean, the governor, who don't even step foot in Union County, was even able to see that that's a pretty good guy. I'm sure somebody made a great recommendation to him, and whoever it is, kudos to you, because it's great. Because, like I said in my post, the morals in that office just took a complete 180. So, great job for once by Governor McMasters. He does good things, and then he does some really bad things, like the funding. I don't know how that works. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if that funding is something that he gives to private schools because then public schools get a separate funding. I don't know. I have no clue. I would love for somebody to tell me. I have no clue. So if you got any information on that, please let me know. August the 6th, I wish Patty was watching. I'd tell her to bring me that flyer. On August the 6th, I have been invited out to the fairgrounds for the Republican party gathering. I don't know how to, I didn't want to say, Republican party gathering. They are going to have pretty much all the Republicans who are in current office, that's running for office, everything. They're all going to be there. We'll be there live August 6th, 6 o'clock, but you're also welcomed out there as well. And I hope to also get the invite from the Democratic Party as well to cover them, to go and interview each candidate to see what changes they're ready to make. And I would love to talk to some sitting people. Let's find out what changes you're willing to make in yourself, to look back and see all the errors you've made and maybe some of the good choices you've made, and let's build on that. So, anywho, appreciate y'all watching. Go read the article. Be careful. If you have a compromised immune system, do not wear that mask believing that it will help you. There are only certain masks that are made to actually prevent transferring of respiratory diseases like that. And those masks cannot do it. So be careful with that. Y'all enjoy your afternoon, and y'all didn't get to listen to my music. So on the way out, I'll play some Wynonna. I played another song earlier, but we're going to go out with her. So guys, y'all have a good one.